Hi guys. I'm trying to see how many of you guys are still up. I know it's kind of late in some areas, but I wanted to come on really quickly and let you guys know about the Power Pack bundle sale we have going. We're having a flash sale for back to school. It's on the Power Pack bundle, which is the Smooth Through Detangler and the Perfect Assist Styling Aid. It's 15% off, and the coupon code is back the number 2 school bundle. That's the coupon code. So it's back the number 2 school bundle. And I wanted to also answer some of you guys' questions. Hello, hello. You're up late, huh? Hello. I want to answer some of you all's questions on the curl former video. You guys, a bunch of you guys asked questions about the curl former video. To answer some of your questions, the curl formers, it depends on how well you keep your hair up to determine how long they'll last. The curl formers can last a week, 4 days, 5 days. So it all depends on the person and how well they keep their hair up. Give me 1 second. I had them pulled up here. Now, also the key to great curl formers, as I said in the video, it is also how many curl formers, one, how many curl formers you put in your hair, and two, the parting and spacing. You don't want your curl formers in rows, like straight rows. You always want them staggered so they can fill in spaces. Now, if an older person done the curl formers, remember I done these curl formers on my daughter, so I didn't take them loose. Separate them. I didn't separate them. I just left them as they were. I put her under the dryer. If you are able to sit under the dryer, your curl formers will come out better when you use the Perfect Assist Styling Aid. No, I do not use any other curl setting stuff. So I just use our Perfect Assist Styling Aid. I part her hair in small sections. I put her under the hooded dryer to set the curl formers and to fight the frizz. Because if you don't want to sit under the dryer, that's fine. The Perfect Assist Styling Aid will set your curl formers, but it won't give it the silky effect that the dryer gives it when you use the Perfect Assist Styling Aid. So I wanted to no, you do not have to have your hair blow dried. Um, But to me, it looks better blow dried. It gives it more of a silky effect. You can use it on your natural hair. You don't have to blow dry your hair. You can just, like, when your hair is wet. Because remember in the video, if you saw the video, I sprayed her hair with water. So her hair was starting to revert back. But before it could revert completely, I added the styling aid and I put the curl former on. And also when your hair is blow dried, if you have very thick hair, it takes longer for your hair to dry. So if you start from a completely wet state, it takes longer for the hair to dry with the curl formers. And curl formers are very uncomfortable. I'm going to tell you that now. That's why I don't do a lot of videos with curl formers, because my girls really don't like them. But they make the hair look cute to me. So that's why I don't do the full head anymore, because you have to have so many curl formers in your hair. They're not a pleasant to sleep on. They're not comfortable at all. So that's why I don't do a lot of curl former videos. But I wanted to show you guys because a lot of people comment on my other daughter's curl former video, and I want to show you guys how 4C hair can be done in curl formers. They will come out just as beautiful if you use the right technique. The right product, of course, would be TM Hair Products Perfect Assist Styling Aid and the number of curl formers, so you can achieve a very pretty curl former set. And also with the curl formers also stretch your hair, so that is a way of stretching it if you wanted to do that. So after my daughter wore her curl formers, her hair was stretched, so I could give her a stretched hairstyle without having to redo her hair all over again. So that's another good thing about wearing curl formers, because you can stretch your hair out. Let me see, there was another question. oh, how did she keep the curl formers? How did she maintain them? Her hair was in a pineapple method. So the pineapple method is when you take all the curls very loosely. Don't grab them tight as if you're putting them in a ponytail. When you take all the curls very loosely and put them in a loose hair tie at the top of your head and then tie your hair up around here. Now over time the perimeter may get a little frizzy, but when you let them down, the top and the center will still be in good condition. So that is the pineapple method. So you put all your hair up kind of at the top of your head where you don't sleep, where you don't lay, and then you just kind of lightly fluff it out. You do not spray water on the curl formers because it'll revert your hair back to its natural texture. So you just lightly let them down and then they'll kind of fall into place when you use the curl former. So you don't use water, but you use the pineapple method to tie it up. And you can use like a satin scarf to tie around and then maybe put a bonnet over the top of your hair to maintain the curl formers. Give me. Somebody asked me also, could the styling aid be used as a wash and go? Absolutely. The styling aid is great for wash and goes because it defines curls and it holds them and it fights frizz. And it fights the frizz of your hair when it's in the wash and go. Hey, Miss Victoria. I think I just saw a question. I think that was from you that I was going to do a video on. Yep, that was from you. I saw a question um, in terms of seeing the amount of hair that sheds um, during certain times of the year more than others. Yes, because hair goes through a life cycle. So every strand of your hair goes through a life cycle. And I'm going to do a more detailed video. But when I saw your name, I said, well, maybe she's looking. So I just answer a question really, really quickly. But hair goes through a life cycle. So every strand of hair on your head is only going to be there for a certain amount of time and it's going to shed out. So depending on the cycle of the hair on your head, you might have more shedding when you detangle than others. That's why you don't gauge how much hair you lose based on somebody else's. Because if I have a very thick head of hair and I have very fine strands and I have a lot of hair, I may shed a little more hair than somebody with thinner hair because I have a lot more hair on my head. So you don't gauge the amount of shedding from one person. Like if you look at a video and you say, oh, my hair sheds twice as much as that. Now you would know if your hair is shedding too much, if your hair is starting to thin out. And I know you didn't ask for this, but I'm just elaborating on the when people notice more shedding sometimes of the year than others. Like there are times when I do my daughter's hair, I notice the hair shed more than others, and because I know the hair goes through a life cycle, that's alarming to some people. But you will know if your hair is shedding or breaking too much. Now, shedding is one thing. Shedding is when the entire strand falls out and you see a little white bulb on the end. That's shedding. If your hair is breaking, the strands will be different sizes. Um, of hair. So there'll be different lengths. Some are short, some are long, and your hair can break anywhere that it coils, anywhere that your hair is in a weakened state, it can break. So breaking and shedding are different, but in terms of shedding, because your hair goes through a life cycle, you can be the shedding part of the cycle where you lose more hair certain times of the year or certain months than you would regularly. So to know that you are not losing an excessive amount of hair is pay attention to your hair. If your hair is becoming very thin on the ends and very thick at the root, that could be a lot of breakage because your hair, the length of your hair should be pretty uniform. And I did a video on that. The length of your hair should be pretty uniform, but it will taper off. Your hair naturally tapers off to thinner points, but it shouldn't be a dramatic, like if you held your hair up, you shouldn't see your roots are thick and then your ends are very thin. So that will let you know. Now, it depends on the person in order to keep your hair straightened. But I'll get to that in a second. So if you stretch your hair and you see that this part is thick and then it tapers to be really thin, you may have a lot of breakage issues. So you may have to trim your hair. You trim it where it's where your natural hair is fullest. Because some people, I get questions about, is my hair? I don't know if my hair is thick or thin or whatever. but you know the thickness of your hair by the root of your hair because that's the new hair growing in. So that hair hasn't had a time to break or shed. So you know the thickness of your hair by the root of your hair. Now, in terms of keeping your hair in a straightened state, it depends on the person. For me, my hair has to be stretched because my hair is a tighter coil texture. My hair performs better if it's straightened because when my hair is in its natural texture, it breaks easier, and it's very coily. It increases the chances of it breaking. When your hair is in a wet state, if you comb your hair wet, it's in its weakest state. So for me, I try and keep my hair stretched, whether I braid it, whether I band it, whether I blow dry it. For me, it's simpler just for my lifestyle and what I have to do. It's simpler for me to just blow dry my hair. Even if I wear my hair in a bun, I do not put my hair in a bun while it's wet. I'll blow dry it and then I'll add the styling aid and then I'll put the styling aid around the perimeter of my hair to slick it up in a bun because again, my hair performs better in its straightened state. So it actually depends on your hair type, how you handle your hair to know whether you should keep it straight. But I notice for me, my hair grows better. I have less breakage. I have less fallout when my hair is in a stretched state versus it being in its natural state because again, it's very coily. So it's easy to break. So I just want to make sure I tell you guys again that we are having a back to school bundle sale on the Power Pack bundle. So if you go to the website, click on the Power Pack bundle, um, maybe click on the Power Pack bundle and put it in the cart, and we're giving 15% off of the Power Pack bundle. Do not put them in the cart, the detangler individually and the styling aid individually. When you go to the website, there's a tab that says Power Pack bundle. Click the Power Pack bundle, and then we have a coupon code for this weekend for back to school. The code is back the number 2 school bundle, all one word. So if you wanted to try the products, if you wanted to get products before you go back to school or just to have on hand to get them at a discount, we are having the flash sale this weekend. The sale will end Sunday. So if you were thinking about trying the products, if I have new subscribers, hello, thank you for subscribing. But if you were thinking about trying the products, this is the perfect time to try them because the Power Pack bundle, which is the detangler and styling aid together, is 15% off, and they work better together. You can use the detangler just to detangle your hair. You can use the detangler just as a co-wash or just as a conditioner, but they work better together. So the detangler complements the styling aid and vice versa. The styling aid complements the detangler. The styling aid can also be used as a leave-in on natural hair, not silk press, not flat iron. If you are planning to put heat to your hair, do not use the styling aid. It's too heavy, it's too rich, it's too creamy. You don't want to do that. It's going to weigh your hair down. But if you wear your hair in natural states, if you wear protective style, braids, weaves, extensions, etc., the Perfect Assist styling aid is great. And this is the Perfect Assist styling aid. It's very, the light is very rich and creamy. This is the way we mail it, but I know a lot of you get it and it's all in the top because our U.S. Postal Service throws the packages around and but we bundle it up very nice so nothing is damaged when you get it. But this is the way it leaves us. So as you can see, it's very thick, very creamy. So the styling aid, as I describe it, it looks like a pudding, but it acts like a gel. So anything you use Eco Styler for, you can use a styling aid for. So if you slick your hair in a ponytail, if you lay your edges down, if whatever you do, you can use a styling aid for, or you can use a styling aid as a protective moisturizer. So if you like Eco Styler gel, you can put the styling aid on to protect your hair, then add the Eco Style on top. But I personally don't think you'll need Eco Style gel because the styling aid is going to give you a nice hold to your hair, to any natural style, to twist outs, braid outs, two-strand twists, curl formers, as you've seen in the last video. Every style I do, with the exception of silk pressing and flat iron, I use the Perfect Assist styling aid for every hairstyle. So when I put crochet braids in my girls' hair, I use the Perfect Assist styling aid to braid down their braid pattern. And because it is not greasy, it doesn't seep through the braids. If I get a weave, I'll have the person who does my weave to put the Perfect Assist styling aid on my hair very lightly before I get it weaved, or if I wear a wig or whatever, I use the Perfect Assist styling aid to keep my hair protected. And that's where a lot of people go wrong when they wear protective styles. They do not protect their natural hair. So that's very important. So when you remove whatever protective style you're wearing, the styling aid will still have moisture to your hair. So when you detangle your hair won't be so dry. You won't have an excessive amount of breaking because your hair has been in this protected state for an extended amount of time with no love and care and attention given to it. So that's why it's best to get the two because they work well together. Now, some people, they love the styling aid. So they purchase more of the styling aid than the detangler because they may not detangle their hair there that often. So they love the styling aid, but it's best to purchase the two together because one complements the other. And also, somebody asked me, do you have to use a shampoo? When you use our products exclusively, thank you. When you use our products exclusively, our products don't cause a buildup. So I would recommend shampooing your hair like once a month, but you don't have to shampoo your hair weekly because our products don't build up on the scalp. The styling aid just literally melts into the scalp like butter. So, um, yeah, so that somebody asked me that, so I thought of it and I just want to go ahead and answer that. So again, I just want to tell you guys about the Power Pack bundle. It's back the number 2 school bundle for the Power Pack bundle. Yes, I am. I'm just so busy and bogged down with the detangler and styling aid. It's doing well. I am going to release a shampoo, but just to be honest, you guys, I don't like the whole designing, and that gets on my nerves. So I put things off because I don't want to have to do that part, but I know I'm going to have to do that part. So yes, I look forward to you guys trying the shampoo. I think you're going to love it. The shampoo, obviously, you will know will complement the detangler and the styling aid. So yeah, so it's I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to it. It's just the two products are doing so well. It's going to take me away from that to deal with this, but I am obviously I'm going to have to deal with it. So at some point I will. But I just want to come on and tell you guys about the sale we are having. Thank you so much for you who support TM Hair Products, who support me, who like watching my videos. I really appreciate it. I don't take it for granted because there's so much you guys can be doing than sitting here listening to me ramble on about hair or my kids or whatever. So I really appreciate it. I appreciate the support. Also, you guys click your notification bell so you'll be notified either when I go live or I'm going to try to go live a little more often, you know, and do giveaways and things like that. So you guys click your notification bell, um, subscribe. Follow us also on Instagram. Follow us also on Facebook because we do go live on Facebook, as you know, on Sunday nights at 7:30, like roughly after I upload a video here. When you guys see the video shortly thereafter, like 30 minutes after, I go live on Facebook to answer whatever questions or sometimes to just discuss things that are on my heart, things that I want to encourage young ladies about, you know, conversations that my daughters and I have that I think will maybe be beneficial to other young ladies. So follow us there. So follow us on our social media platforms. You guys have a good night, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.